Hello and welcome. Today I'm adding Starseed from the Indie Heroes Collection 4 to my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever. Starseed is a shoot-'em-up for the Game Boy Color, developed by Rocket Ship Park and published by Thalamus Digital. In it you control a space fighter and you have to take out waves of enemies and destroy an enemy dreadnought, or rather a series of enemy dreadnoughts. There doesn't seem to be a huge amount of story to talk about, and there's no nostalgia as it is an aftermarket game. So let's get on with breaking it down, starting with the
gameplay.
It is a shoot 'em up, but not a scrolling one. Well, there is a little bit of scrolling, but you're not constantly moving. The game opens up and you're scrolling along or flying along, and you have to dodge some asteroids. When you reach the dreadnought, you'll stop, destroy a few enemies, you'll advance a bit, destroy a few more, then you'll advance again, and so on and so forth. Once you've cleared the first wave of enemies, you'll go back over the dreadnought and take out some additional targets as well as more enemies. Once this is completed, the dreadnought will blow up and you move on to the next mission, which will be another dreadnought. Now you might be thinking this sounds a little bit like Uridium, if you've played that. And it is, it's basically the same concept, only instead of being horizontal and scrolling, it's just more stilted stop-start or vertical scrolling, well, vertical movement with a little bit of scrolling between waves of enemies. So naturally it doesn't have the same urgency or seat of the pants nature as Uridium does, but it is a functional hybrid between a scrolling and a fixed shooter.
Graphics.
The dreadnoughts look quite impressive and everything is easy to read. You can tell what you've got to shoot, the enemy bullets don't blend in with the background too much. And yeah, it's not a bad looking game for the Game Boy Color, but I wouldn't call it exceptional, but it's more than functional. And again, it has a fairly distinct look that does feel very home micro to me.
Sound and music.
The sound effects are very much laser beeps and crunchy explosions for the explosions. That's really all there is to it, and it does the job. The music, while a little bit repetitive, really suits the pace of the action and the look of the game. I wouldn't call it outstanding, but again, it more than does the job, it complements the game well.
Overall opinion.
Starseed is a perfectly functional sort of hybrid fixed scrolling shoot 'em up, and yes, it is very much like Uridium without the fast pace and difficulty. The game is actually quite easy. And that might sound like a negative, but much like the other games I've played by Rocket Ship Park, it seems like an ideal handheld game, the sort of thing that's good to pick up and play for a short burst. It doesn't seem overly ambitious, nor does it break any new ground, but it's a solidly made game that seems to achieve what it sets out to do.
Ranking.
Placing Starseed on my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever, I've elected to put it above MiG-29 Soviet Fighter, but below Motor Psycho, placing it at 300 out of 491 games that I've ranked so far. Anyway, that's everything for this video, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.